Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to St. Isidore's Farm. Haven't done a update on the bees in a while, so wanted to come out and shoot a video, talk a little bit about some things that we learned last year and maybe some things we're going to try a little bit, try some new things, different things this year. If you followed some of the videos from last year that we posted, you know that in about May, I think it was in May, we got 2 bee packages and began our journey in beekeeping. Things went great most of the summer. Bees were doing fine. Seemed to be actually doing great. Unfortunately, in August, as we showed in a previous video, we lost one of the hives. The bees all died. Not exactly sure what happened, if there were robber bees that got in and maybe killed the queen or were taking honey. Best guess, looking at research online and reading a lot of things, we didn't see signs of disease or mites or anything else. Regrettably, it seems like we may have lost them to starvation. And looking back in retrospect, if do things a little bit differently, and this is a learning process. We did feed the bees early on, but we took them off of feed, and I don't know. Again, I don't have a great deal of expertise in beekeeping, but my recommendation would be, if you started with bee packages where they have to build foundation and brood and everything else and put so much energy into building in those months of the summer, it seems prudent to feed them the whole summer and live and learn. So we're going to, we started a little differently to replace that hive. Didn't go with a package this year. We got a nuke. Got it several weeks ago. Installed it in a different location. We're going to try separating the 2 hives a bit. They seem to be doing great. We are going to feed them, I think, a bit more or longer to try and get them to really build foundation, build up the colony, and also hopefully to get some honey this year. One of the things that we had last year is we got these from Brushy Mountain, large plastic entrance feeders. Flying around. Not really happy with these. If I was going to do a review, they leaked a lot. They were hard to see when they went empty, and I think in part because they did leak so much. I'm not sure where exactly or how. It wasn't that they're cracked underneath. It just seemed that they spilled over internally, and because of that, you couldn't see. I mean, this should have lasted for quite some time, and it would go empty so quickly that you didn't really notice. It's hard to see that it had gone empty. The other thing is, because it was leaking, there were always ants around on the hive. There were other bees coming up, wasps, and I felt like the bees had to do a lot of work protecting the hive. So we've switched to the more traditional mason jar feeders, entrance feeders, cypress wood. Obviously they're really inexpensive, and our experience so far is that these are working great. There's no leaking. The ants are gone. We don't have all of the other bees and wasps and things at the entrance anymore, and the bees haven't lost any. So that seems to be great. We've looked at and certainly are considering a hive top feeder, but looking at the Brushy Mountain sells one, but the reviews on that feeder are not great. People seem to lose a lot of bees, so probably not going with that. But Bailey Bee Supply here in North Carolina sells a hive top feeder designed by Dr. C.C. Miller, called a Miller Top Feeder. Looks to me like a great design, and for an 8 frame hive like this, it's $25, holds 1.5 gallons of syrup. So that's certainly something I hope to look into getting and trying as things go on. The other thing that we hope to do is provide more forage here on the farm for the bees. We don't have a lot of crops or things, so we want to put more things in the ground for the bees to feed on, to get pollen and nectar. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. We got rain coming ahead of us, so we're gonna get some seeds in the ground. And what we got is ordered this box from, or package from Hancock Seed. And this, our Hancock Seed Company ordered it, got it in 2 days, so really fast shipping. And this is Hancock's bee seed mixture. It's 5% white Dutch clover, 15% Dixie crimson clover, 20% big bee, beersome clover, 20% yellow blossom sweet clover, and 40% buckwheat seed. We're gonna add to this a couple of pounds of wildflower seeds, mix it together, spread it on this field, which I'll show you in the video, and hopefully that provides a lot for the bees this summer. Having clover on the farm that attracts wildlife, deer especially, also isn't a bad thing come the fall. So that's it for today. I may try and add some video to this. I'd like to, once it warms up a bit, is get inside the frame. So maybe I'll shoot some video of opening up the frame, checking on the nuke in their hive and how they're doing, and put all this together as a little update on our bees. Hope everybody's doing great, and have a happy and blessed Holy Week and a happy Easter. God bless. Okay, I'm going to try and wrap up a couple of videos this afternoon. I'd started this one several days ago. Actually, what's today? Wednesday? So last Thursday, started this video about the bees, and was going to come out in the afternoon, was doing some other things, just walked up here to look at that hive, and had a red baseball hat on. I don't know if that's what did it, but I don't know, one of the bees or a couple of the bees got pretty angry. They weren't really excited about me being near the hive, and I was actually about as far away as I am now. And one of them came out, or maybe I was a little bit closer, started walking out. She was kind of irritated, so I started to slowly back away, walked away, took the hat off my head to get it away from my face. About the time I took it off the head, man, she came in and hit me right here in the forehead. And anyways, walked inside. I don't know if it was a coincidence because my son ended up having a stomach virus that night, so I don't know if I ended up also having a stomach virus and it just got kicked off by getting stung by a bee. But if it wasn't that, despite me being stung dozens of times in my life and never having a reaction, it certainly seemed like maybe I had an allergic reaction to getting stung by a bee. So I don't know, probably one of those things to look into, having an EpiPen on hand if having bees around and continuing to work with bees. I've certainly gone to, when I'm working with the bees now, I don't go in without having a full suit on at this point, and I generally stay about this far away from them. So hopefully they won't, one's not going to sting me and I don't find out if I'm allergic or not. But bees are doing well. They're really active. Added another hive body on top of that hive, and they're doing well. I'm not going to go into them now. It's kind of breezy today, and just wanted to get this video finished up and uploaded and tell you it was not fun getting, I went inside, like I said, got stung. By the time I got inside, started not feeling well, like had kind of a blood rush and feeling just a little faint, and then started throwing up and heart. The one thing that makes it seem like it wasn't anaphylactic shock is that I think with anaphylaxis, somebody could correct me in the comments, but I think with anaphylaxis, your heart rate actually suppresses and your pulse becomes faint. Mine was quite the opposite. It was, my chest was gonna, you know, my heart was gonna come out of my chest. My heart was pounding kind of really intensely. Certainly didn't have any shortness of breath or kind of swelling of anything, mucous membranes or my throat or in my mouth. So it does tend to make you think that it was, I don't know, maybe it was just a stomach virus that came on and got preceded by being stung. I hope so. Anyways, that's it. Have a great day. God bless.